Hey guys, what's up? It's Wolf Airsoft Gaming, and today I'm going to be doing a brand new segment that I actually just thought of this evening. This is basically going to be an entire segment dedicated to creating custom builds. Now this goes from the externals to the internals, from upgrades to complete scratch builds. This is all going to be my creative ideas combined with my technical skills I've had over the years to make some pretty awesome rifles that you can build yourself. There'll be detailed part list, cost evaluations, and performance expectations from the build to tie everything together. These prototype concept builds will be rendered into a photo using software that I'll be providing in the description below to give you guys an idea of what it'll look like, because that's a major important part of the build, as well as the performance you can expect out of it given the parts that are inside of it. So I've never recorded in this location before for a few reasons. One, because I never had the need to, but now I don't actually have a desk. I have my workbench, as you might see in previous videos, and put my gun, DMR, Polar Star build, those types of things. So this doesn't look very professional, but if I continue the series it will. This is more like a pilot episode, although I'm not really intended to try to create revenue through these videos. It's really just stuff that I personally like and find fun. That's why I'm doing YouTube. So if you guys like it, great. If you don't, that's kind of okay too. It'll be on the web for me forever. So hopefully you guys enjoy the series. I'm sure you guys will, because a lot of people like building custom guns. And a lot of people liked the custom DMR I built. So this is going to be a bunch of different guns, everything from SMGs, DMRs, and maybe even a sniper build. I've never actually built a custom sniper before. Assault rifles, battle rifles, maybe pistols. I don't know. So we'll kind of see how this goes. Today's project is going to be Project Alpha. I'm going to be going through the phonetic alphabet for different projects, along with the description of the gun. So for the first episode, I'm going to be doing a very basic CM-18 Raider upgrade. So this is a very low budget build that most people can do entirely on their own and for extremely low cost. This is going to bring an entry level AEG that costs about $150 to great performance on the field that you'll get a lot more durability out of, as well as range and accuracy and all those types of wonderful perks that you get with custom built guns. So without further ado, I'll get into it and let's start the episode. Okay, so although it might be a bit clearer on some screen software for recording, which I might do in future episodes, this is actually pretty much thrown together as an alpha episode. So here we go. This is the G&G CM-18. This is an extremely basic starter gun. There's nothing too special about this AEG. It's very standard. As you can see, it comes with some nice extra features, though, provided by G&G, such as the rail covers, flip-up iron sights, kind of custom-colored stocks. It's different than the traditional black you would get. There's nothing too great about this gun, which is why it's an amazing base. From many users across the world, this is commonly known as the starter gun. It's a GMG combat machine, CM-18, essentially the same product line, although this is the newer version. So the specs of this rifle include a 275mm inner barrel. The muzzle velocity inside the gearbox shoots about 350 to 370 FPS with 0.2 gram BBs, as standard 14mm negative threads, and the gearbox is general version 2, nothing special about it, which is nice. Long type motor, and of course it has an adjustable hop-up. Okay, so after some careful consideration, I have a project proposal for Project Alpha. So here you can see we have the stock photo rendering of the CM-18 by G&G. The gun cost $190 from evike.com and has a lot of nice features right out of the box, so it already looks like a custom rifle. The title page has some few basic kind of specs for the project, like the project base gun, which is the G&G CM-18 Mod 0 or Mod 1. The expected cost of the project is $300. About it actually turns out to be $250 something. We'll get into that later. There is a budget breakdown of all the parts. And of course, the purpose of this is to be a very general assault rifle. And the tiers go 1 through 5 depending on where you can get the items, how easily available they are, what countries they come from, how good the build is, what kind of parts you're, for example, a tier 1 which is this, would be a few changes to the exterior as well as some other small modifications, not including any major rewiring, you don't have to open the gearbox at all, and it's just, slight improvements. A tier 5, which is what I'm going to be doing a lot of, is my type of project. From scratch. Completely custom built guns made to provide the best performance. These will include extreme HPA guns that I have built, guns that I will be building, high end. There's absolutely, money's not a problem. This is what the best that you can get, the best that you can find, and the supreme airsoft builds. Those are going to be tier 5. Figured I'd explain that now. This is the end rendering of the CM-18 Mod 1 after the exterior modifications. As you can tell, we've added a mock suppressor to hide the longer inner barrel. I'll get into that later. A foregrip, as well as a red dot sight for better aiming out on the field. So, going to the second page, we have the project summary. The first of which is the objective, which is to create an all-around durable and well-performing rifle with average statistics. This isn't anything amazing. Again, it's just a tier 1 build. Although I do want to improve the range because it is an assault rifle intended for field use or CQB to 175 feet compared to something mostly a maybe 130 to 150 feet stock. So the goals of this build is to include low cost, because this is a starter gun. Most people can accomplish this project for fairly cheap. Easy upgrades, that involves, again, not opening the gearbox or anything serious, so anyone that plays Airsoft can do these upgrades on their own without the need of a technician or extensive knowledge into teching. And of course, effective results with a cheap price range, but still best bang for your buck kind of a deal there. So the key project highlights this project has to offer includes the enhanced range and accuracy over the stock build, the more consistent hop-up trajectory, and I'll get into the parts that make that happen more, which also contributes to accuracy. The better ergonomics you can have on your rifle, so you get a bit more handling there, which includes some of the external features I've already covered, and easier target acquisition, again, the red dot sight. And this will make it official quote-unquote LiPo ready, because I would definitely recommend having a LiPo with this setup. So the specs on this, modified from the stock, FPS is going to be at the same, although a lot more consistent at 365. RPS with a 7.4 LiPo battery, or an 11.1, of course, there's going to be some variation there. I would not recommend traditional batteries. I would run a LiPo in this. It's going to be 18 plus or minus, pretty standard, but a little bit above average, depending on what kind of battery and voltage you're using. And the range is going to be upgraded from, again, the 130 to 150 up to about 175 feet. So, and the best use of this rifle is nothing special, just a general assault rifle. This isn't supposed to be an amazing, awesome rifle, although this is something that I would recommend to any beginner, because this is a great solid setup for the CM-18 or any beginner gun, and I've considered getting this for a beginner if they get the base gun, doing these upgrades, because this is the best you can get, and it's pretty cheap to do these upgrades, especially considering the benefit that you'll get out of it. So this is the entire cost evaluation as well as the description. Now, there's going to be a picture on the screen for this, and it's going to include the shopping cart that I created at evike.com. You can find all of these products at evike.com, and I will include a link in the description for all the products there. I've even included the ID numbers of each product so that you can find them and know exactly which products they are, because I want people to be able to find all of this and do these things themselves. That's really what they're for. Most likely I won't be doing them, so if you guys do it, send me a message if you do create it with a video of it, and I'll definitely feature it on my channel. So this is extremely solid here. The total cost comes down to $393. I'll show you the picture of my shopping cart that'll come on the screen right now, and it ended up being a lot less than that because of the GNG MAP price. You end up getting a discount, and this was a free $38 item, so the red dot was absolutely free. So I'll go over a few things side by side with the picture to try to give you guys an idea of why I did what I did and what the purpose of all that was. So thing number one is, of course, the base rifle, because it was an extremely solid gun that a lot of people use and trust. Second thing I wanted to get was some of the externals to make this thing really look custom and do a bit better on the field as far as handling. That includes something as simple as a cheap $10 foregrip. If you do like foregrips, a lot of people do. I use them on my personal weapons, and I think they're extremely comfortable. Especially because I've had this gun and it's pretty small, so having a foregrip definitely helps me. The second thing was a green red dot sight. This isn't absolutely necessary, but it was, one, free, and two, it gives it a bit more of a custom look to the rifle, as well as adding a lot of aiming benefit for the user. The third item I chose was the mock silencer to hide the longer inner barrel, which I'll get to in just a second. The next item was to improve the consistency of the hop-up, as well as add range using a H-hop, an H-nub, into the hop-up unit. I've tried this, and the reason why is because with the G&G green bucking, which is included in most of their stock rifles, including the CM-18, it gives better range and accuracy from the tests that I've done personally than the Namatsu or any type of flat hop, which is why I recommended that over the flat hop. The next item is a longer inner barrel. This is also a tight bore to give you better accuracy and range. It's an extremely simple upgrade and improves performance a lot over the stock. And the last thing to get this LiPo ready is one of Matrix's male to small to female adapters. So this doesn't actually, you don't benefit from the Dean's connector because you also use a pair of small Tamiya's. If you want, you can just snip the end off of the adapter and put it directly hardwired to the gun. But again, for a tier 1, if you don't know how to solder wires or are uncomfortable cutting your gun's wires, you can just clip that on and you're able to use LiPos. And again, the cost is about $250, a bit over that. But considering the base gun is $190 and all the upgrades you get, I really think that this is the best set of upgrades you can do for a cheap and inexpensive project to improve the performance and looks of your gun. So this is going to wrap it up for the first episode of this. Let me know if you guys like the series. Regardless, I'll be doing more of these, and they'll get a lot more complicated than this. This is just a little something I threw together on the spot, so future episodes will be a bit more coordinated. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one.